Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to this week's energy update with me, Rebecca.meisl. I'm coming to you October 10th through to the 17th for this week's messages and channeled guidance. And thank you so much for being here. As I record, we're actually on our Canadian Thanksgiving Day. So happy Thanksgiving to all of my Canadian friends. I'm wishing you all so much love and gratitude this week. Wherever you are, Canada or otherwise, thank you so much for being here. And I just wanted to express my gratitude, my thankfulness for each of you for your support, your encouragement, and for listening to these readings. It really makes me so happy to hear how you guys enjoy them, how they touch you, how they resonate for you. So please continue to let me know. It really does encourage me to keep doing these. And yeah, if there's anything specific you guys are wanting to hear from me, just please let me know. I'm open to all sorts of fun and ideas. So sending you all lots of love and hugs on this special day wherever you are. So let's dive into our themes this week. Let's get to the nitty gritty. We definitely have some flowing themes from last week that are still very influential. And I'm really hearing, if you didn't catch last week's energy update, please update yourself on that because I'm hearing a lot of these themes are relevant this week as well. So going into that, we are continuing some further healing for sure. October is a big month for us for letting go, release work, really tapping into our inner power and strength and our own healing abilities, and really uncovering our own divine essence and purpose here. It's really, really beautiful. So with our themes this week, we have forgiveness heals, radio waves of innocence, service, living with purpose, healing all levels of self, healing hands, clearing ourselves, embodying joy, halls of learning, and remembering true purpose. So we have some really strong dominant themes this week that are really focused on our relationships, on learning, on growing, and overall just healing. So as soon as I dived into this reading, it was right away moving into this theme of forgiveness. So I feel like this is something that's been a theme for a lot of us for perhaps even a variety of months, because it seems to be a theme that keeps revisiting. And I'm seeing a lot of us needing to truly understand forgiveness, what that looks like for each of us, as well as how we can let go so we can free ourselves. Often we've heard this expression that forgiveness is the gift we give ourselves, and that is very, very true. So this week I'm seeing a lot of us shift our perspectives of forgiveness and really get this understanding that this is something for us. A lot of times when we think of forgiving others, we usually put that focus on them. You know, I have to forgive you. I should forgive you because you're family, you're your friend, you're this, you're that. Whatever those stories are. And a lot of times it puts a lot of undue pressure on us that we have to forgive. But what I'm really getting this week, it's like when we forgive, it's not condoning that person's actions or the situation. It's not condoning bad behavior, but it's getting this understanding that we can remove that pressure, that healing is never linear. We don't have to rush this process, and really digging into the hidden gems, the hidden healing that is coming through from this experience. So I'm seeing a lot of us in our relationships doing this inner introspection, this going a little deeper, going, what am I learning from this? How can I set myself free? Where is this magnified current wounds within myself? And where do I need to let go of these old wounds and grief? Because I'm really hearing some of this is mirroring to us what wounds we've had already what wounds have already existed within us. And if we go into astrology, this this full moon that we are experiencing today, yesterday and today, is magnifying our Chiron wound, which is essentially the wound that we came in with from perhaps other lives. And we're really going into this wound where we need to heal these deep-seated, even karmic wounds that are still attached to us on this very energetic level. So I'm really getting this big picture is needed, that we're needing to take a step back and really dive into our shadows. Where are we hiding our own pain? Where are we hiding our own hurt, our wounds, and where do we need to have more of an honest evaluation of our past, of ourselves, of what's being triggered, and really coming to this honesty. So I'm really seeing this illusion being revealed. I'm seeing truth come to light of what this really is about, why we're having such a hard time perhaps forgiving and letting go, and seeing that it's more about ourselves. And that's what I'm really, really hearing this week. It's like, how is this happening for me? How did this happen and occur for me? And how can I create this level of forgiveness that really is in alignment with me? Less about the other person, less about what they did to me, but more about how I need to move forward now, how I need to take full ownership of my life, my responsibility for it, and how can I avoid rushing this process. So once again, seeing a lot of pressure on us, like, oh, we need to forgive, we need to move on, we should be over this. I'm seeing a lot of these stories come in, and we're really needing to let those stories go. Healing is not linear. I'm going to say that again. Healing takes time. So how can you move in a process and at a speed that you're currently resonating at? Very strong message. So I said avoid toxic behaviors and avoidance of true emotions. You feel how you feel. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of us trying to pretend that we're okay, pretend that we're over it, taking on that pressure once again that we should be moved on by now. And it's like, let's avoid that. Let's get to the honesty here. And this is what we're really being guided to do this week. Honesty. How am I honestly still feeling? What do I need to feel right now? And how can I stop avoiding these emotions? And I'm seeing some of us go into this toxic positivity. It's like, well, no, I'm light in love. I'm fine. I've moved on. Everything's great. And it's like, but that's a lie, right? So where are we lying to ourselves? Where are we putting on this standard of self that's not a reality, that's not an expectation of you? Because I'm seeing a lot of us think because we're spiritual or we're at this part in our life or place in our life where we're like, well, we should no longer feel anger. We shouldn't be in these situations because I know better. Once again, these stories, more and more keeps kind of coming through here. So it's like, stop pretending, allow yourself to just feel it and understand your humanness, okay? Let go of any guilt or shame or blame that you are holding on to when it comes to yourself and your emotions. It's time to liberate ourselves, and this week is the week to do it. So no more pretending. Really get in touch with how you feel and allow yourself to get this honest evaluation. Very strong message this week. Next, we have a theme of radio waves of innocence. And it was really interesting. I was seeing like literal waves of energy washing over the collective, where it was literally rushing in like a wave. And what I wrote after this was reclaiming innocence and release of guilt, shame, and blame. It's time to be the true you. So what I was really seeing is us refamiliarize ourselves with the innocent essence of us, the truth of who we are. And a lot of times, once more, through programming, through shame, through all these things that we've endured as humans, all these stories, there is so much shame around being human. There is so much shame about making mistakes, about not being perfect, and all of us, no matter what our background, can relate with that. We've all had a level of shame that has been projected on us, and sometimes we adopt as our own. And I'm seeing so many of us take on this shame and guilt over things that perhaps happened in the past that perhaps we're not even really guilty of. And what I mean by that is the universe going, it's like, well, that's not your fault. And I'm seeing so many of us forget that we're actually innocent. And I'm really seeing this theme come forward where it's like we need this reminder that we don't deserve to continue to punish ourselves. And even if we did something wrong, how can we once again come to this element of forgiving ourselves? How can we come back and give ourselves the grace of being human and saying, you know what? Would I have changed things if I could go back now? Maybe I would, but I did the best that I could with the information I had available at the time. And I'm going to stop taking responsibility and ownership for others and how perhaps they reacted or how others feel about me, the situation, whatever that perspective is that you're holding on to. And it's like, once again, really trying to refocus on ourselves, refocus and prioritize our well-being and going, you know what? I'm going to stop beating myself up over things that happened in the past, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 months ago. I'm going to let that be, and I'm going to choose different. I'm already aware that I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm healing, and I deserve to shine now. I deserve to remove this taint from myself and choose different. And I'm really seeing this liberation come in here, where we're no longer going to shame ourselves. We're no longer going to put up with guilt. We're no longer going to try to blame external forces for the past or for our behaviors or toxic ties. It's time to emerge from all that external noise and really get honest and true about where we stand now, who we are now, and really, really latch on to that truth, okay? Because once again, I'm getting this very big picture where it's like the past, it doesn't exist anymore. The truth is, whatever occurred no longer truly matters. What really matters now is who you are now, what you're going to do with your life now, and how you are going to claim your power and choose differently. So we're really getting this bigger perspective of returning to what's truly important, being grateful and thankful for all the experiences we've gained, the lessons we've learned, and choosing to move forward in a way that truly is good for us now. So beautiful, beautiful messages here. So I wrote, it's time to be true to you. Release the past or the stories that say you can't. So I'm also seeing this trickle into our work and career. I was really feeling this energy come in here, and it was really giving us this permission to free ourselves from any personas or disguises that we've put in place upon ourselves. So as an example, a lot of times, as an example, in customer service, we put on this persona, right? And perhaps we've done this in our job. Perhaps we've done this even with family or friends because we feel like we're not good enough. So we put on this persona that this is who we are. We're perfect. We do everything we can to please everybody else. We'll just use that example. And it's like, how can we come back to this understanding that we're a unique individual, and it's okay if others don't like or approve of us all the time. And I'm really seeing this reflect in our career. So where in our career, where in our lives in general, are we dimming our light? Are we hiding who we are? Because I'm seeing a lot of us shy away from sharing the truth of who we are. So if people ask, it's like, well, why not tell them? If people bring up spirituality, why not engage in that conversation? If this is who you are, how can you choose to daily participate in those types of things that reaffirm who you are, that share who you are, that showcase your unique light. And I'm really seeing us let go of these old stories that say we can't share ourselves, that we need to hide, that we need to edit or change. And I'm really seeing this truth drop in that it's like, you know what? This is me, and I'm totally okay with sharing who I am. And I'm really seeing this very strongly presented. And they're showing the career area as well to help us really bring in the career that's correct for us, that's resonant for us. Because I'm really seeing some of us no longer fully resonating with what we're doing. And it's like, okay, now I want to call in what does match me. And it's like the more we can put out our authentic selves, the more that we can put out that frequency, the more we begin to pull in the right connections, the right people, the right career path that's meant for us. So really, really strong message here. I'm also seeing us really need to build up a support system. So while we're going through these changes, while we're going through challenging times, because I'm really seeing this come forward in October, this deep healing happening on so many levels in so many different areas of our lives, I'm really seeing us need to call in support. So really gathering together with like-minded people, and I'm really hearing spiritual people, people who share similar beliefs to you, people who can inspire you, help with your healing, even just sharing. They're just showing me a lot of heart connection here. So sharing your ideas, sharing your thoughts, getting honest about what you're going through, people you can let your guards down with and be yourself with. And I'm really seeing that very important this week. So be there for each other. If your friends need you, be there. Make yourself available. And I'm really seeing this being very important. Okay, I'm seeing this help us open up our heart space. We're learning to trust again, to love open-heartedly, and release those safeguards around the heart, realizing we're truly safe, okay? Because I'm seeing this once again, this theme of heart opening very strong the past few months. And it's like we're releasing layer by layer, this protective barrier that a lot of us have put up in protection. And I'm seeing a lot of us begin to heal this. So open up that heart, set the intention to truly connect with others this week, and let down those guards. You are safe, okay? And be patient with this process, because I'm seeing a lot of us get scared. A lot of us worry. Did I say the right thing? Should I have opened up so much? All of this, it's like, yes, you're safe to do this. Share yourself, okay? So much about acceptance of every part of ourselves this week. So much about dropping into that real truth of, I love who I am. Even the ugly parts of me, the parts that I've deemed as not enough or not good enough, we're exposing those shadows that we've hidden, and we're pouring love into them, and we're allowing others to pour love into these wounds to liberate us from the guilt and shame that perhaps we're still carrying, okay? Very, very strong. Once again, we have this theme from last week of divine justice coming through here, where it's like, don't worry, the scales are balancing. We're really learning this balance in life, where we're learning to accept, we're learning to forgive, we're learning to trust and own our power and balance those scales, okay? And I'm seeing us own our power this week, and that be very inspiring for others. So once again, let others know what you're doing. Let people in on the healing you're doing. Allow people to share in the magic of what you're healing this week. There's so strong of a message here. Also, this theme of healing away this addiction to worrying, to fear, to this repetitive pattern of not being enough, really presenting this week. And I'm seeing a lot of us needing to shield ourselves, okay? Because we're releasing these fears. We're releasing these very deeply wounded parts of ourselves. They're coming up and being exposed this week. There's so much shadow work that's coming through this week for us. And for whatever reason, the Scorpio energy, very prevalent, which makes sense as we move into October. And I'm feeling that energy present very strongly this week. So with that, it's really diving into the depths of ourselves. And Scorpio, the sign Scorpio is so amazing in this, because Scorpios have this depth to them. They have this element that allows them as a sign to go deeper into themselves, deeper into those things that a lot of times we can't see. And so it's making a lot of sense as we enter in Scorpio season that these shadows are coming up for us to explore, and these shadow parts of ourselves we're needing to truly embrace and have that willingness to deep dive into. So once again, allow yourself to really dig deep and really experience the depth of who you are, and open up to compassion. Even if there's things that you are not proud of, even if there's parts of you that you don't embrace willingly, it's like, have the openness to see them anyway. Set the intentions for your guides to help you see past the fear, see past what you thought perhaps was ugly or not enough, and to see things in actual truth this week. That every part of you is human, that every part of you is innocent and worthy of love, my friends. It's only the programs that have said that you aren't. And it's bringing this awareness in. It's bringing this wholeness to our perspectives to really come to this peace within self, this peace within our lives, where we can move forward knowing who we really are. It's really beautiful. So with this, we move into this next theme of service. How can I be of service to the world and those around me? So very strong theme this week of stepping into service, of really helping other people where we can, and tapping into this motivator of love, because I'm seeing a lot of us who perhaps we're known to be people pleasers. And this is like a very strong thing, and this is not to bring shame upon this at all. We've all grown up with that mentality. Almost everybody has had that instilled, that you need to please others. You need to have approval, right? And what I was seeing is like, be careful not to fall back into that mindset where we're needing to prove our worth and validity in this. So as this motivation comes to help other people, to help heal the world and add to this healing of the collective, making sure our motivation is not coming from that space of proving, but coming from the space of authentic, genuine desire and love for others, love for our world, and really tapping into that. So once again, going into the shadow aspects, where am I still acting from a program that isn't true? Okay, where can I come back to my authentic self, my authentic space, and my heart space, and allow that love to motivate every action and every decision? Even when it comes to ourselves, how can I serve myself right now? How can I step up and lead? And how can I do that in a way that's not from ego, not from fear, not from this addiction of needing approval or needing to please, but from the genuine heart space, okay? Very important to work with this week. Very strong. Next, we move into living with purpose, okay? So I'm seeing a lot of us be in the lower vibrations this week, where we're not feeling motivated, we're perhaps feeling scattered, we're perhaps feeling restless or not useful. And it's very much this collective energy this week. So if you're feeling this way, do not beat yourself up. Allow yourself to be wherever you are, and give yourself the praise and credit where, even with the little small steps that we're doing, even if the most productive thing we're doing is resting, that is just as important, okay? Really needed to say that this week. And I'm just hearing with this live with purpose. Once again, shed those layers of shame that says you need to be more productive, that you need to be doing, and really embrace the divine feminine this week. And what I'm hearing is if there's things that you know you want to do and you need to prioritize, call in the help you need to support you in this. So I was really getting strongly Archangel Gabriel this week to help inspire work ethic, motivation, and help you really act on your goals, okay? Because this week is very heavy in release work and shadow work, so we're going to be using a lot of our energy there. But I'm seeing this, don't forget to bring light and love into your goals and dreams this week as well. And call in your angels to help you do this, okay? Archangel Michael present, wanting to make sure you know that he's here to help empower you as well, to help you shed these old skins, to fight fear, cut cords this week, okay? So really allow yourself to shift through these heavier themes with this lightness and knowing you're supported. Very, very strong. So if you're feeling restless, if you're feeling like you can't be productive, call in Gabriel to help you with your work ethic, to help you find the motivation to follow through on the things that are important to you, so you don't forget your dreams, so you don't forget to have fun, so you don't forget to focus your energies on things that really matter, okay? And even if this is your shadow work, how can you instill that work ethic to do the work you're being asked to do the inner healing, and to not give up in this, even when it feels hard, okay? So feel how you feel, rest, care for yourself, and shift those perspectives of shame from love to love, being that motivating action, okay? And what I was really getting with this rest this week, this period of rest that you will probably find yourself in needing this week, I actually was seeing this rebuilding of physical tissue, so healing the physical body. Very strong theme this week as well, has been very dominant the past few months. And what I was really getting is this strengthening of the physical body, listening to the physical body, and really allowing yourself to once again come back to this energy of love. How do I need to love up my body? How do I need to strengthen my body? I'm seeing physical exercise be very important this week. So even if you're feeling lower vibration, exercise, move your body in a way that feels loving and good for you. I'm really seeing a very strong focus on physical strength training this week, because it's helping us get that heart rate up, release those endorphins to be feeling good, as well as building strength. So we're feeling more empowered when we do physical activity, like weight-bearing exercises. All of that is very highlighted this week. So use your body in that way. I'm seeing it being very motivating for you, very empowering for you, even when you're not feeling like it. If you have that physical energy, to use it in that way, okay? And once again, letting love be that motivator. Very strong message. So what I wrote here was, who would you be if you allowed all judgment and criticism to leave your life? Okay, so this was a question they wanted us to seriously consider this week. How would it affect my daily existence? So ask yourself that. What if I let all judgment of myself go? What if I removed all criticism from my daily life? What would my life look like? Who would I be? How would that change my world? And I'm seeing this really strong theme coming through, where it's like, how can we live life through love and release these programs of shame, release these programs of guilt, this pressure to be doing and not being enough, just being, really flipping the script here. And what I wrote here was, drop all self-criticism and doubt. You are enough and you matter. Trust all events happen as they're meant to. Trust the universe is opening the way for you to be seen. Okay, so once again, avoiding the need to prove and trusting in our abilities. I'm seeing some situations come up for a lot of us this week where we're needing to step into ourselves and trusting those abilities, those God-given gifts that we have, and having that self-confidence through God confidence, okay? Believing in ourselves, owning our power despite any challenge that comes our way. And I'm really seeing a lot of us needing to lean into that self-trust, okay? Very strong theme. Next, we have healing hands, which is falling through into our healing journey this week. So what I wrote was healing hands. We all have healing hands, and it's time to touch the lives of others and touch our own lives lovingly. So healing hands is such a beautiful way to look at it. So in Reiki, when I was training in Reiki, I learned the truth that all of us really do have a natural and innate healing ability. We can influence energy. We can send energy to ourselves, loving energy to ourselves, even without training. And with that, it's bringing that awareness that when we focus on loving, positive thoughts, we create that energy. It becomes our reality, and it becomes a tangible energy that we can give ourselves every single day. And so what I was really seeing this week is the laying of hands on our bodies, laying the hands on others. So as an example, a comforting hand on the shoulder of our friend who needs our support. Getting those types of visuals where we're physically touching, we're physically allowing that energy to permeate ourselves or others. The best way I can explain it, and a lot of times I use this way to explain Reiki, it's like that warm hug. When we go to hug someone who needs love, and we hug them with that intention of comforting them, of loving them up, they feel that energy. They feel better when they have that physical touch, when they have that physical hug, and that energy actually transfers to the person with that intention. So with that, it's like, how can we start being very intentional with our senses of touch? And how can we touch our bodies lovingly, touch others lovingly, and hold compassion even in a very physical way? And I'm really seeing this be very important as we continue to shed these dense layers of energy, because physical touch does make a difference. It helps us feel more connected to each other. And even through the pandemic the past few years, a lot of us got out of touch with other people. We didn't have the physical gatherings of together. And with that, we really noticed the importance of that and how that really makes a difference when we're physically together. So very strong message this week to get in touch with your physical touch, okay? So I wrote here, touch your body lovingly, spare no expense, love all parts of you, and fill each part with healing, loving light, okay? So seeing a lot of us go through a lot of physical healing. Perhaps we've been fighting illness, perhaps we've been noticing some physical ailments. And what I'm really hearing is, once again, bring this awareness that we can lay our hands on these areas that need love and intentionally send loving energy to this part that's hurting, that's in pain, that's not feeling well. And once again, giving that love to yourself, okay? And what I wrote additionally this is, remember, there is much we still do not know about physical health. Be open to new ways of healing and follow where your intuition is calling. Seek out new advisors and trust to whom you are drawn to. And what I was really seeing highlighted with this theme of healing hands is clearly energy work. So finding people who do Reiki, trusting who you're called to see, and moving forward in that. There is so much we don't know. There is so much we're still learning about our physical bodies. And one thing that I've really come to learn is, when it comes to this healing, energy work can be one of the best things we can do for ourselves. So clearly make a decision to find people who do energy work, or if you do it yourself, to make yourself the priority this week to give that loving energy to yourself, okay? Very strong message. Envision your body being filled and flooded with healing, loving, white light. Another thing I'm seeing occur is meditations where you are visualizing your guides sending you this loving light through the crown chakra and filling up your entire body with this high frequency energy, with this loving energy, this nurturing energy to help heal your physical, emotional, and balance all your fields. So very beautiful messages this week to making sure we can remember we have this healing ability innate within us, and we can give it to ourselves simply through meditation, through intention, and through awareness. So once again, open up your awareness. If this is something you need to learn more about, get education on it. Reach out to people who dive into these things and get advisors to advise you where you're in your unknowns. Beautiful messages. So next we have clear yourself. So very strong message. Perhaps we are being filled with negative energy. Perhaps we're feeling low vibration this week because of all this healing. And I'm seeing a lot of negativity wanting to permeate our bodies here. So saging, clearing your energy fields is also a very strong message as a side note here to this healing hands theme. Okay. Next, we have embody joy and delight, okay? Happiness, celebration, curbing of loss, grief, and negativity. So I'm seeing, once again, towards the end of this week, as we wrap up this week, don't forget your joy. Remember that all of this is helping bring in new. The more we clear the old, the more we can welcome in more blessings, more fulfillment, more joy. And we're being asked to start that right away. Don't wait to be happy. Don't put off your needs. Take and hold of those things right now, because that is for you to consciously choose and have right now. Very, very strong message. And what I put here was allowing room for magic and wonders. And what I got with this is epiphanies that are coming through, very strong with this. So it's like, wow, okay, I didn't realize that I could do these things now. What's stopping me from moving forward? What's stopping me from truly listening to my heart and living in a fulfilling way? And I'm seeing these epiphanies drop in very strongly that are very divinely guided. Okay, so be aware of any divine inspiration this week. We also have this theme of higher learning. We're getting a lot of life lessons. We're seeing where we might have had karmic attachments, where we're healing these karmic attachments. We're bringing this awareness to how we can come back to love, to unity, to oneness, and harmony again here. So very strong message of divine downloads, which are helping us grow and advance at a very high and rapid rate, I want to say. So really getting this confirmation of growing, learning, evolving, ascending, and learning these great lessons. Okay, so be open to divine guidance this week. Meditate, make sure that you are checking in and really taking advantage of these lessons that we're learning. So then we have our last thing, which is remembering our true purpose. Light and love, okay? So through all of these heavy themes, come back to yourself, okay? Very dominant theme all of this month. We're coming back to the truth of who we are. We're coming back to our true inheritance, our true inner essence, which is unconditional love. We're learning we deserve peace, we deserve happiness, we deserve power, we deserve to communicate our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions. We deserve to live life in a way that's fulfilling. And we're really remembering our true inheritance is love. We don't have to earn it. We don't have to work for it. We are it. And we're learning to remember this divine and sacred truth. We're learning to tune in to the voice of our souls that cannot lie. When you go to the truth of your soul, your higher self, do you ever think your higher self would ever tell you you're not enough? Do you think your soul would ever tell you that you need to prove yourself more, that you need to be better? No. And the truth comes through to set us free. And this week I'm seeing us remember this ultimate truth, that we do matter, that we do deserve love. And the whole time it has been radiating within us, but we've simply forgotten. We'd simply forgotten to touch that love, to allow that love back into our heart spaces. And it's really beautiful. We're opening up the heart. We're opening up our throats, chakras, continuing the theme of last week, where we're seeing honestly, we're seeing truthfully the beauty of who we are, the beauty of life that we have around us, the magic of life around us, and truly coming into that stability, that safety that we've been safe to love all along. We've been safe to receive all along. And this balance drops in, and it allows us to drop into our power and rise into the truth of who we are, to share our authentic selves, to be confident in all of who we are. We no longer need to compare ourselves. We no longer to think we're not good enough. We know who we are now. And with that, I'm seeing this magnification of our true purpose, which is to magnify that love through us and out into the world. So incredibly beautiful themes this week. If relationships come up for you this week, remember your worth. Remember that you are able to welcome in new, healthy, and loving relationships, and to let go of any stories that say you can't, that you don't deserve, that you do deserve bad treatment. It's time to let all of the shame and guilt go, to stop punishing ourselves, to move into an energy of cooperation instead of competition, and really allow ourselves to come to the ultimate healing within our bodies, our shadows, and embrace and accept all of who we've become, because each and every single one of us deserves that. And each and every single one of us is so very beautiful and so very needed as we move forward in this time in history. So don't forget, all of the work that you're doing, even the inner work that you're doing, matters. So keep your strength, my friends. Allow others to be there to support you this week. And please reach out if you feel you need a session, or if you could use some help, some energy healing. Those are very strong themes. So please know that I'm offering these this week. I also have a Thanksgiving special that I am doing to share my gratitude and to offer more assistance. And I've put my deep healing sessions 50% off for 2 days next week. So the 19th and 20th, I have limited spots available. So those sessions are only going to be $100 as opposed to $200 a session. So if this calls, please reach out and book a session with me. Take advantage of those 2 days. But once again, call in quick because they'll be hopefully snatched up. So let me know if I can be there for you. And in the meantime, I'm sending you all so much love and light. Have a beautiful and blessed week, my friends. Bye.